So you want to get juicy arms.
Today I'll be running through the 5 biggest mistakes I see beginners make when looking to add size to your arms. Let's go.
When it comes to building those elusive Popeye arms that hug the sleeves, there are a lot of mistakes being made on the road to Swole Central Station. The first being neglecting arm work altogether. There are many lifters out there that preach overloading, heavy pulling and pushing movements will be sufficient to build your arms. Whilst this can be effective for some lifters with elite arm genetics, for the majority of lifters to really maximise arm growth, direct arm work needs to be a staple of your programming. It is advisable to hit both biceps and triceps respectively at least twice per week, with a minimum effective volume of 8 weekly sets. Now, if you're really looking to try and maximise growth, anywhere above 15 weekly sets of direct arm work will be a great place to start. So you're hitting direct arm work, and your arms still look like a lonely piece of string dangling from your sleeves. This could be due to mistake number 2 I see guys make, and that is not controlling the negative. Now, this is extremely common. People just want to grind out their curls and tricep extensions and end up focusing solely on the concentric portion. This is where people are slipping up, since the negative is just as important, if not more important, when it comes to muscle growth. Look to keep the negative controlled under load to get the most out of your arm exercises. This moves us on to mistake number 3, which is poor exercise selection. Many beginners place far too much emphasis on improving specifics and end up performing exercises that work on detailing as their main movement. Whilst these exercises are not inherently bad, they are typically not conducive to progressive overload. These are exercises such as the tricep kickback. When looking to get more bang for your buck in terms of building mass, you'll want to focus on a few main movements that are conducive to progressive overload. So for tricep, look for movements such as close grip bench press, skull crushers, tricep pushdowns, and for bicep movements, look to overload curls performed with a barbell, easy bar, cable or dumbbell. Hammer curls and preach curls will also be great additions to your programming. Look to load your main movements in a rep range of 6 to 15. So heading over to mistake number 4. Mistake number 4 is excessive momentum use. There are arguments out there suggesting moderate cheating can be beneficial when it comes to eccentric loading. However, to stay injury free and ensure you are actually getting stronger versus using progressive momentum, look to reduce any momentum use and focus on the muscles involved in the movement. Dial the weight down, keep your reps under control, and put an emphasis on squeezing the muscles being used. When you are using momentum, other muscles start taking over. Not only is this an injury risk, but your progression will only be hurt by this. Moving on to the 5th and final mistake I see is people using the same weight every week, just looking to get a pump. Just because we typically program arms towards the end of the session doesn't mean we shouldn't place an emphasis on progressive overload. The main driver of arm growth will be increasing the stimulus through load increase, or through increasing sets and reps on a given weight over time. Look to overload once you can hit your current program sets and reps with no form breakdown, with a couple of reps in reserve. So I have one more quick bonus tip, which is a bicep curl specific tip. So peak tension occurs at 90 degrees of elbow flexion, so bringing the weight up to shoulder height is entirely unnecessary and will result in too much front delt involvement. Look to bring the weight just past 90 degrees and squeeze for a 1 second hold before lowering the weight back to full elbow extension.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider subscribing if you are interested on how to build muscle or lose body fat. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video and you learned something. Comment down below what topics you want to see me cover next. samwrightfitness.co.uk for coaching. Catch you in the next one.